Everyone dreams of living an uncommon life, and the best asset you have to achieve your dreams is you. Welcome to the Uncommon Wealth Podcast. We're going to introduce you to people who are living uncommonly. We're also going to give you some tools and strategies for building wealth and for pursuing an uncommon path that is uniquely right for you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Uncommon Wealth Podcast, where I'm your host, Phillip Ramsey. Today, I get to kind of dissect our whole process, what I think our superpower is in the industry, and how it parlays into finances. And then I guess kind of encourage you, the listener, if we aren't your advisors or you haven't talked to an advisor yet, what you can kind of do to make sure that you are still the driver of your financial plan. And so to me, I think it's super important before you talk to any advisor is what's your definition of success? Why did you reach out with a financial advisor? So if you or if anybody that you know have reached out and done the 15-minute consultation, the first or second question I'll ask is, hey, what's your definition of success here for this call, or even to reach out to a financial advisor? There's so many advisors out there that will tell you what your definition of success is by putting you in a product or telling you need more life insurance, or I don't even know. But they have other agendas other than asking you what your success is. And that's really the reason why I started in this industry, is I didn't feel like there was a good advisor out there that would ask me questions and try to understand who I was and where I was going. They had options, they had products that they definitely would have sold me. And I just didn't feel like anybody heard, seen, valued me, and tried to help me craft what I wanted to do to move forward. That to me is what our company's DNA is built off of, is that you are uniquely gifted, you are valued, and you're a complete asset. So first off, we have to understand who you are, what gets you excited, what maybe the direction you're going, again, your definition of success. Sometimes people come to us and we don't even know what our definition of success is. That's where we can ask a lot of questions and help you start kind of understanding maybe your value and what gets you excited. We do that all the time. And I feel like that is such a gift that we can give our clients, but also when people leave our conversations, a lot of times they're super encouraged. They're encouraged that somebody actually took time to understand them. They feel heard, valued, and they're excited about where things are going to go. Instead of people leaving the financial advisor office and be like, well, that was a cool product that they just talked about for the whole time. We feel like our job is to let our clients talk the majority of our meetings, especially at the beginning, to understand where they're going, how they're wired, what's their gifts, things like that. And so I think I don't know if our expertise, but I definitely think the place where we really meet the market is by understanding that each one of us are different and we're going after different things. So first, let's define where you're going, which is define your success. So if you're just sitting there and you're like, well, I don't have an advisor, I'd first say, hey, go on a date with your spouse. If you're not married, no problem. Take some time, think about what your definition of success is, and then how you can achieve that, but also then how can you hire somebody or have somebody walk shoulder to shoulder with you, hold you accountable to helping you take one step closer to that definition of success. You don't need a financial advisor. You can have your brother do it. You can have your sister. You can have whoever you can have a friend do this. But I do feel like it's helpful to have somebody who has walked that path before. So maybe mentorship could be a cool idea. And maybe your mentor is your financial advisor. That's awesome. Dude, you don't need a financial advisor. That's totally I've seen a lot of people build a lot of wealth with mentors. So yeah. So I feel like that's where we kind of meet the market. That's where our DNA is built off of. If that sounds like something that is exciting to you, man, take the next step. Go get a mentor. Go figure out what your definition of success is, and go talk to a financial advisor. See what they can do. See how they'd help. Again, we'd love to help, but we just want more people to understand their value, and then to go down this whole uncommon wealth path, which is kind of like building your wealth in other ways other than traditional stuff. Again, we do all that stuff, but we get excited when people are really diving into creating something. There's such a refinement that happens when you're building a business. Lord knows I know that. And then I would say the growth that happens from that, it's just really cool. It's fun to have a front row seat on that every day. So, all right, that's my thing. Define your success. I know we've talked about it in the podcast before, but I still feel like it bears repeating. You've been listening to Uncommon Wealth Podcast. I've been your host, Phillip Ramsey. Till next time, go be uncommon and define your success. Thanks for listening.
That's all for this episode, brought to you by Uncommon Wealth Partners. Be sure to visit uncommonwealth.com to learn more about our services. Don't miss an episode as we introduce you to inspiring people who are actively pursuing an uncommon life.